Hello, CLI. We're Dennis and Jean Chaney. We're here to do the daily devotional. And we're here to touch on a couple things. The first one, I'll be first, and the dictionary definition of hate. Hate means to dislike intensely or passionately, feel extreme aversion for, extreme hostility towards, to detest. The biblical term of hate, or the biblical definition of hate, in the scriptures, the word hate can have several shades of meaning. It may denote intense hostility, sustained ill will, often accompanied by malice. The hater just wants to avoid the object of hate because they feel a loathing toward it. The Bible also uses the word hate to mean loving to a lesser degree. I found a couple scriptures to go along with this. In 1 John 2:9, it says, "Whoever says he is in the light and hates his brother is still in darkness." Also, 1 John 2:11 says, "But whoever hates his brother is in the darkness and walks in the darkness and does not know where he is going because the darkness has blinded his eyes." Wow. Darkness has blinded his eyes because he does not have any love in his heart. Love, God came to share love and show us love and shine love on darkness and cast it out. But when you have hate in your heart, you have darkness. There is no light. Also, to emphasize, I found this, what God called the fruit of the spirits. He listed 9 characteristics that reap a harvest of nourishing fruit in the life of the believer: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. It doesn't say anything about hate. Also found a series of scriptures, a whole bunch of scriptures here with love. It talks about loving one another, loving your brother, loving your neighbor. I mean, all throughout the Bible shows that God came to share love.
In Jeremiah 29:10, God says, "I will come for you and do all the good things I have promised. I will bring you home again. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not for disaster. Plans to give you a future and a hope." And in Hebrews 6, starting with verse 16, "Now when people take an oath, they call on someone greater than themselves to hold them to it. And without any question, that oath is binding. God also bound himself with an oath, so that those who received the promise would be perfectly sure that he would never change his mind. So God has given both a promise and an oath. These two things are unchangeable because it's impossible for God to lie. Therefore, those of us who have fled to him for refuge can have great confidence as we hold to the hope that lies before us. This hope is a strong and trustworthy anchor for our souls. It leads us through the curtain into God's inner sanctuary, and Jesus has already gone in there for us. Friends, I want to encourage you, God will comfort you in these evil times, everything that's going through right now. He'll heal those wounds. These trials that we're going through are just temporary. This is not our home. Everything that's going on right now is just temporary. We can't look back on what has been. We can't dwell in the past, the things that have happened in the past. Today's a new day. We have to forge ahead. We have to look up to the God that gave us these promises, because his word is true and he's faithful to do what his word says. So walk forward in hope and trust that God's going to do what he said he'd do. And in the waiting, let's be a light in this dark world. Let's shine some light and shine some love through the darkness.
Thank you so much for your time. God bless you. Have a good day. Be blessed. We love you.